Hi viewers, today I will discuss about the inverse trigonometric function which is the very important topic in mathematics. Inverse trigonometric function. We have already discussed, we have already learned the trigonometric functions from high school to up to 11th class. But what are the inverse trigonometric function? First, in function chapter we have already learned about the inverse function. If a function is bijective 1 1 and unto, then its inverse exists. Otherwise, the inverse of a function doesn't exist. In order to find the inverse trigonometric functions, there are 6 trigonometric functions. In order to find the inverse of those 6 trigonometric functions, we have to show that these trigonometric functions are invertible. Invertible means that inverse exists. That means they are bijective 1 1 and unto. Let us take the first case is the sine function. Sine is a function from R to the closed interval minus 1 1. The domain is here R, the set of real numbers, and the range is here minus 1 to 1. That means we can write sine x is equal to y. Here y belongs to the closed interval minus 1 1 and x belongs to R. x रियल नंबर सेट में रहेगा और y रहेगा द क्लोज्ड इंटरवल माइनस 1 to 1. So if x belongs to the real number, that means in this number line from minus infinite to infinite, look at here, this function is sine from r to minus 1 1. If this sine function is bijective, then its inverse exists. First, to show that this function is bijective, now look at here, in this real number line x lies here. I am taking two examples. One is 0, another is pi. We know, look at here, if x is 0, sine is 0. If x is equal to 0, sine 0 is 0. If we take x is equal to pi, sine pi is also 0. What happens? Sine is a function where 0 is related with 0. The image of 0 is 0 under sine function. If sine is a function, under this function image of 0 is 0 and also image of pi is 0. That means these two elements have same value. If two elements have same image, then this is not 1 1 इंजेक्टिव. ये इंजेक्टिव नहीं है. अगर एक फंक्शन 1 1 नहीं है तो बाइजेक्टिव नहीं है. बाइजेक्टिव मीन्स 1 1 and on 2. सब्जेक्टिव एंड इंजेक्टिव बोथ होना चाहिए. बट हियर 0 का इमेज 0, पाई का इमेज 0. नॉट ओनली दिस, सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं. लुक एट हियर, इफ यू टेक x इक्वल पाई बाई 2, देन y इज 1. इफ यू टेक minus 3 by 2, also y is 1. That means these two elements minus 3 pi by 2 and pi by 2 have same image 1. So that the function sine is not bijective. If this is not bijective, then how can we find the inverse of this trigonometric function? Now dear viewers, the important thing is this is not bijective on the entire number line. If you take this number line as its domain, if you consider the entire real number set as a domain, then the inverse does not exist. This function sine is not bijective when the domain is the entire real number line. But if you restrict the domain R, if you divide, if you partition this real number line into smaller intervals, then it may be bijective. Look at here, suppose this interval is this R set real number line is divided into some intervals. I take some intervals here. One is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, another is minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. If I take these intervals, then if you divide this real number line as like this, I restrict the entire set as these intervals minus 3 pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Look at here, if you consider this interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, you cannot find any two values from here to here. You can't find any 2x which has same image. यहाँ जो भी वैल्यू लेंगे हर एक का इमेज अलग आएगा. If you take 0, sin 0 is 0. If you take 1, sin 1 is another value. If you take 2, then sin 2 is another value. And here is also, if you take minus 1, then another value. That means in between this minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, if you take any x for no 2x, ऐसा 2 वैल्यू हमको नहीं मिलेगा जिसका इमेज समान है. That means the sine function is 1 1 in this interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So here the in this interval sine function is bijective. Also not only here but also from minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. In this interval also, look at here, the graph is like this. Here the graph is at 1, the graph is at 1, that means the same value of y. But here in this branch, this is a branch, in this branch no two value of y are same. Here y and y, look at here, here y, two y's are same, but here y is this value, y is this value, no two y's are same. कोई भी 2y का वैल्यू सेम नहीं है. अगर कोई भी 2y का वैल्यू सेम नहीं है, so every x has a different image, that means it's 1 1. So in this branch sine is bijective, in this branch sine is bijective, in this branch sine is bijective. So sine function is not invertible, is not bijective on entire R, but in these intervals sine function is bijective. So these are the intervals in which sine function is bijective. So if sine function is bijective in these intervals, then sine inverse exists in these intervals. So look at here, if you take any x in the real number line, the image is minus 1 to 1. If you take x from here, the image is minus 1 to 1. If you take x from here, the image is minus 1 to 1. If you take x here, the image is minus 1 to 1. For y belongs to minus 1 to 1, x may be in any one of this interval. y जब रहेगा minus 1 to 1, x कहाँ रहेगा? R सेट में. That means inside any one of this interval. ये जो interval से यही interval में कोई ना कोई interval में रहेगा. So these are the intervals where sine function is bijective with same image. Image समान है, कोडोमेन समान है, बट डोमेन डिफर करेगा. अगर तुम साइन का डोमेन ये इंटरवल ले जाएंगे तो भी होगा बाइजेक्टिव, अगर ये इंटरवल ले जाएंगे तो भी बाइजेक्टिव, अगर ये इंटरवल ले जाएंगे तो भी बाइजेक्टिव. सो देयर आर डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस. लुक एट हियर, दिस इज वन ब्रांच, दिस इज अनदर ब्रांच. दीज आर द डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस एंड इन दीज ब्रांचेस साइन इज बाइजेक्टिव. एंड for sine inverse we have to choose one interval. In every interval, every interval sine inverse exists, but we have generally taking this interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 as the domain of the sine function for its inverse. So if sine is a function from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval to minus 1 to 1 closed interval, then sine inverse exists. There are different intervals, there are different branches, but we take this branch for its inverse function. And if sine is a function where inverse exists from minus pi by 2 to minus 1 to 1, then sine inverse is a function. We know if f is a function from x to y, f inverse is a function from y to x. So sine is a function from here this set to this set, then sine inverse is a function from minus 1 1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is the domain of a sine and this is the range of a sine where inverse exists, and here this is the domain of sine inverse and this is the range of sine inverse. But look at here, sine inverse, the range of a sine inverse may be any one of the interval. Sine inverse का range कोई भी interval हो सकता है, but we take this for our general representation and this is the principal branch. This is known as a principal branch. And here we write the inverse function. If sine inverse is a function from -1 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then we can write y is equal to sine inverse x. Implies if y is equal to sine inverse x, then x is equal to sine y. So this is the representation of inverse function. So look at here, if sine inverse x is equal to y, x belongs to -1 to 1, y belongs to minus pi by 2 pi by 2. So sine inverse x means y belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So sine inverse x belongs to either minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 or pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Sine inverse x may lie in any one of this interval. ये जितना सारा इंटरवल्स है, कोई भी इंटरवल में साइन इनवर्स एक्स रह सकता है, बट द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन इनवर्स एक्स व्हिच लाइज बिटवीन दिस प्रिंसिपल ब्रांच, ये प्रिंसिपल ब्रांच में साइन इनवर्स एक्स का जो वैल्यू रहेगा इसको कहेंगे प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू ऑफ साइन इनवर्स फंक्शन. सो साइन इनवर्स फंक्शन का प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू मीन्स द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन इनवर्स एक्स which lies in the principal branch, that means lies in the interval, the closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now is the principal branch of inverse trigonometric function. So the principal branch of the different inverse trigonometric functions are: sine inverse is a function from -1 closed interval to minus pi by 2 closed interval. So this is the principal branch. If we take this as a domain of a sine, then sine is bijective. So sine inverse is a function from -1 closed interval to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Similarly, cos inverse is a function from -1 closed interval to 0 to pi closed interval. Tan inverse is a function from the set of real numbers to open interval minus pi by 2 pi by 2. Cot inverse is a function from r to 0 to pi open interval. Sec inverse is a function from r minus open interval -1. That means enter real number set but excluding -1 to 1 to 0 to pi closed interval minus pi by 2. That means the principal branch where the domain of sec can remain is 0 to pi but except pi by 2, because if x is pi by 2, cos 90 is 0. If cos 90 is 0, then sec 90 does not exist. So for sec function, x cannot be pi by 2. So if x cannot be pi by 2, then the principal branch is 0 to pi minus pi by 2. And similarly, this is the cosec inverse function. And here, these are the domain of inverse functions and these are the range. So you have to remember the domain and the range of inverse trigonometric functions. So this is the domain of sine inverse, this is the domain of cos inverse, this is the domain of tan inverse, these are the domain of sec and cosec, sec inverse and cosec inverse, and these are the range. This is the range of a sine inverse, this is the range of a cos inverse, and these are the range and these are the domains of inverse trigonometric function. So look at here, sine inverse is a function from -1 to minus pi by 2 pi by 2. That means the value of a sine inverse x lies here. If the value of a sine inverse lies in this principal branch, then that value is known as a principal value. So any value of inverse trigonometric function which lies in the range set or in the principal branch of the range, that value of inverse trigonometric function is known as a principal value. Principal value means the value must lie in the range or in the principal branch. Now one example is here. Find the principal value of cos inverse 1 by 2. Look at here, cos inverse 1 by 2. Let cos inverse 1 by 2 is equal to theta. Cos inverse 1 by 2 is equal to theta. If cos inverse 1 by 2 is equal to theta, then cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is equal to cos pi by 3. Cos 60 का वैल्यू 1 by 2 है. So cos theta is equal to cos pi by 3 means theta is equal to pi by 3, but theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by 2. That means theta is equal to pi by 3. Theta is equal to cos inverse 1 by 2. That means cos inverse 1 by 2 is equal to pi by 3. But this pi by 3 belongs to 0 to pi, the closed interval. Look at here, the principal branch of cos inverse is 0 to pi. Any value of cos inverse which lies in this interval is known as principal value. So here this pi by 3 also lies between 0 to pi. 60 0 to 180 रहता है. So this as lies in the principal branch. So this is the principal value of cos inverse 1 by 2. Another question is find the principal value of cot inverse minus 1 by root 3. Now let y is equal to cot inverse minus 1 by root 3, which implies if y is equal to cot inverse minus 1 by root 3, then we have cot y is equal to, here cot inverse था, so here cot y is equal to minus 1 by root 3, but this is actually the value of cot 2 pi by 3. Cot 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by root 3. So what happens if cot y is equal to cot 2 pi by 3, then y is equal to 2 pi by 3, which implies y is equal to cot inverse minus 1 by root 3 is equal to 2 pi by 3. But look at here, the principal branch of cot inverse is 0 to pi, 0 to 180, and this value 2 pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 means this is 120, and this lies here in this interval. This belongs to 0 to pi open interval. As the value of cot inverse of minus 1 by 3 lies in the principal branch, so this is the principal value of cot inverse minus 1 by 3. Now another question, one of the important question, and this is also very important not only for your board exam, this also very important for all type of entrance exam or competitive exams. So now look at here, find the domain of sine inverse 2x, and we have sine inverse has domain minus 1 to 1. That means if sine inverse x is equal to y, if sine inverse x exists, then x must be in minus 1 to 1. So here given sine inverse 2x, if this function is defined, then the 2x belongs to minus 1 to 1. That means 2x must be in this closed interval. So we have 2x belongs to minus 1 to 1 closed interval. Now which implies minus 1 less than equal to 2x less than equal to 1, which implies dividing 2 on each side, minus 1 by 2 less than equal to x less than equal to 1 by 2, which implies x belongs to the closed interval minus 1 by 2 1 by 2. So domain of sine inverse 2x is, so domain is equal to minus 1 by 2 1 by 2 closed interval. So this is the domain. Now is find the domain of a function f of x is equal to sine inverse x plus cos x. When the function is expressed as the sum of two functions, in order to find the domain, first find the domain of individual functions and then take the intersection. The intersection will be the domain of the function. Now look at here, we have to find the domain of sine inverse x plus cos x. Here domain of a sine inverse x is minus 1 to 1, and you know domain of a cos x is the set of real numbers. So domain of a sine inverse x plus cos x is equal to the intersection of these two, are intersection minus 1 to 1, and the intersection is minus 1 to 1. So the domain of sine inverse x plus cos x is minus 1 to 1, the closed interval. Now some important properties of inverse trigonometric function. The first property is sine inverse of sine x is equal to x, where x belongs to minus pi by 2 closed interval. Cos inverse of a cos x is equal to x, tan inverse of tan x is equal to x, cot inverse of a cot x is equal to x, and similarly the six inverse trigonometric functions behave. And here is sine inverse of sine x, but here is sine of sine inverse x is x, cos of a cos inverse x is x. Just compare, sine inverse of sine x is x, sine of a sine inverse x is x, but the domain differs. Here x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, here x belongs to minus 1 to 1. So where does x lie? Now if sine inverse of sine x is x, look at here, this is composition function f of g. In case of f of g, the domain lies on g, on the right side function. So here is the sine inverse of sine x. This is the shortest trick to remember what is actually the domain of the composition function. And here is the composition function. Here the composition function, the composition of a function with its inverse f of g is composition function, but here we apply f of f inverse and f inverse of f, composition of a function with itself. But what will the domain? Look at here, if the composition function is sine inverse of sine x is equal to x, then x must be in the domain of sine x. Sine of sine inverse x is equal to x, and x must be in the domain of sine inverse x. So here x belongs to domain of sine x, and you know the domain of sine x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Domain of sine x is actually real number, but in that entire real number set, the function is not bijective. In this principal branch, the function is bijective. So for inverse function, domain of sine x is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And here sine of sine inverse x is x, and x must lie in the domain of sine inverse x. And the domain of sine inverse x is minus 1 to 1. You know sine inverse is a function from minus 1 1 closed interval to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval. So here x lies on the domain of inverse functions. X belongs to domain of sine inverse, x belongs to domain of cos inverse, x belongs to domain of tan inverse, and like here x lies on the domain of sin x cos x. That means x belongs to the domain of trigonometry functions. Here x belongs to the domain of inverse functions. Here inverse function is on the right side, here trigonometry function is on the right side. How can you prove? Now the proof is, let f is a function from a to b be bijective function. If f is bijective function, then its inverse exists. So we find f inverse is a function from b to a, but we have f of f inverse of x is equal to x. Also f inverse of f of x is equal to, this actually is f of f inverse, means f of f inverse of x is equal to x, but here x belongs to the domain of f inverse, and the domain of f inverse, look at here, the domain of f inverse is b, and here f inverse of f is f inverse of f of x is equal to x, and x belongs to domain of f, and the domain of f is a. X belongs to a. So in order to prove this, I will prove only one. Put f is equal to sin x. If you put here, now f is sin x. Now this is, look at here, f is sin x. Sin of f is sin means sin inverse x is x, and x belongs to domain of f inverse. You know domain of sin inverse is minus 1 to 1, and x belongs to minus 1 to 1. Similarly, if you put here, this will be sin inverse of sin x is x. If you put sin here, sin of sin inverse x. If you put here, sin inverse of sin x is x. Sin of sin inverse x, sin inverse of sin x is x. But here x belongs to domain of sin inverse, here x belongs to domain of sin. So this is the proof of all this. And how can we apply this? One example is sine of sine inverse minus 1 by 2. If you apply the formula sine of sine inverse x is x, yes, sine of sine inverse x is x, so sine of sine inverse minus 1 by 2 is minus 1 by 2. But one condition is the minus 1 by 2 must be in the domain. Look at here, sine of sine inverse minus 1 by 2. The value is, first we have to find the value of sine inverse minus 1 by 2. How? Let sine inverse minus 1 by 2 is equal to theta. Then sine theta is equal to minus 1 by 2. This is minus 1 by 2 is sine pi by 6, sine 60, and sorry, sine 30. And this is minus sine theta is sine minus theta because it's odd function. So sine theta is equal to sine minus pi by 6. So theta is equal to minus pi by 6. If theta is equal to minus pi by 6, theta is equal to sine inverse minus 1 by 2. So sine inverse minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus pi by 6. So if we put here, we get sine of this value is 2 is minus pi by 6, and which is equal to minus sine pi by 6 because sine is odd function, and this is minus sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2. So this is minus 1 by 2. So sine of sine inverse x will be x. साइन ऑफ साइन इनवर्स x इज इक्वल टू x होगा, कब होगा? जब ये x साइन इनवर्स का डोमेन में रहेगा. बट दिस माइनस 1 by 2 लाइज बिटवीन माइनस 1 to 1. सो दिस इज द डोमेन, हेंस साइन ऑफ साइन इनवर्स माइनस 1 by 2 इज माइनस 1 by 2. ये ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज another important question is sin inverse sin 5 pi by 6, but we have sin inverse of sin x is x. But here what happens? Sin inverse of sin x is x, but sin inverse of sin x is not equal to x. Sin inverse of sin x will be x if x belongs to domain, but this does not belong to domain of sin, because the domain of sin is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus 90 to 90, but this is 150. So 150 doesn't lie between minus 90 to 90. So sin inverse of sin x is not equal to x. Sin inverse of sin x will be x if x belongs to domain of sin. Sin of sin inverse x is equal to x if x belongs to domain of sin inverse. So what is the value of this one? Now look at here. This can be written as sin inverse sin 5 pi by 6 can be written as pi minus pi by 6. If you solve pi minus pi by 6, you will find 5 pi by 6. So this is sin inverse sin pi minus theta is sin theta. So sin inverse of sin x is x, because pi by 6 is 30 and 30 lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So sin inverse of sin 5 pi by 6 is equal to pi by 6. Proper 2, sin inverse minus x is equal to minus sin inverse x, and the domain is of sin inverse x, x belongs to minus 1 to 1. In this property, we have to evaluate the inverse trigonometric function of minus x, inverse trigonometric function of negative of x, sin inverse minus x, cosec inverse minus x, tan inverse minus x, like this. Sin inverse minus x is minus sin inverse x, cosec inverse minus x is minus cosec inverse x, tan inverse minus x is minus tan inverse x. But in case of this, cos inverse minus x is pi minus cos inverse x, cot inverse minus x is pi minus cot inverse x, and the domain is like this. So I will prove the first one. Let y is equal to sin inverse minus x. For x belongs to minus 1 to 1, if x belongs to minus 1 to 1, the domain of this is sin inverse, then sin inverse x is in the interval, closed interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So if sin inverse, the range of sin inverse minus x is minus pi by 2 pi by 2, that means y belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now if y is equal to sin inverse minus x, then look at here, here is sin inverse. Now here is sin y is equal to minus x, and if sin y is equal to minus x, then x is equal to multiply minus 1 here, x is equal to minus sin y, and minus sin y can be written as sin minus y because sin is odd function. And look at here, x is equal to sine minus y, then minus y is equal to, here is sine inverse x, sine inverse x is minus y. If sine inverse x is minus y, then y is equal to multiply minus 1 on both sides, y is equal to, here is minus sine inverse x. So what we find, y is a sine inverse minus x, y is a minus sine inverse x. So these two are equal. Sine inverse minus x is minus sine inverse x. Next I will prove 4. Cos inverse minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. Let y is equal to cos inverse minus s, and you know x belongs to the domain of cos inverse, and cos inverse minus s means y belongs to the value y belongs to 0 to pi. If y is equal to cos inverse minus x, then here is cos inverse and here will be cos y is equal to minus x. Now if cos y is equal to minus x, multiply minus 1 on both sides, x is equal to minus cos y, and x is equal to minus cos theta is cos pi minus theta, cos pi minus theta is minus cos theta. So minus cos y is cos pi minus y. So here is cos and here will be cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse x is equal to pi minus y. And look at here, here is minus y and this is plus, y is equal to pi minus cos inverse x, but y is equal to cos inverse minus x, here y is equal to pi minus cos inverse x. So cos inverse minus x is cos inverse minus x is pi minus cos inverse x. So this is property 2, where we find the inverse trigonometric value of negative of x. Next property 3, sin inverse 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse x, where x greater than equal 1, cos inverse 1 by x is sec inverse x, same domain, tan inverse 1 by x is cot inverse x for x greater than 0, and minus pi plus cot inverse x for x less than 0. So how can we prove this? Look at here. Let y is equal to sin inverse 1 by x, where x modulus of x greater than equal to 1. Now if we take y is equal to sin inverse 1 by x, then the value of y means sin inverse x. Sin inverse 1 by x, the value of sin inverse lies in the range of sin inverse, which is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, the closed interval. So y is equal to sin inverse 1 by x means y belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. But what happens if y is 0, then what will the value of x? There is no value of x for which y can exist. Y will be 0. Y will be 0. Look at here. If y is 0, then x does not exist. So there is no value of x. x का ऐसा कोई value नहीं है for which y will be 0. So y lies in this interval except 0. 0 को छोड़ के. So what happens if y is equal to sin inverse 1 by x? Here is sin inverse, so here will be sin. Now sin y is equal to 1 by x. Now x is equal to, after cross multiplication, x is equal to 1 by sin y. 1 by sin y is cosec y. So if x is equal to cosec y, then y is equal to, here is cosec, here will be cosec inverse, y is equal to cosec inverse x, and y is equal to cosec inverse x for y belongs to this value, and this is a range of cosec inverse x. So what happens? Y is equal to sin inverse 1 by x, y is equal to cosec inverse x. So sin inverse 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse x. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. From these two equations, sin inverse 1 by x is equal to cosec inverse x. Another property is property 4. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2 for modulus of x less than equal to 1. That means x lies between minus 1 to 1 closed interval. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is equal to pi by 2. X belongs to R. Sec inverse x plus cosec inverse x is equal to pi by 2, where x mod greater than equal to 1. So we have to prove this. I will prove what? I will solve 1. Now look at here. Let y is equal to sin inverse x. If y is equal to sin inverse x, then x belongs to domain of sine inverse. But you know, domain of sine inverse is this: modulus of x less than equal 1. That means modulus of x less than equal 1 means x belongs to -1 to 1. -1 to 1 closed interval. If x belongs to -1 to 1 closed interval, then sine inverse x belongs to the range of sine inverse is -π/2 to π/2. That means y is equal to sine inverse x. So y belongs to -π/2 to π/2. Look at here. If y is equal to sine inverse x, y is equal to sine inverse x, which implies here is sine inverse, here will be sine. That means sine y is equal to x. Sine y is equal to x implies sine y means this is cos 90 minus y. Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So cos 90 minus y is equal to x, which implies 90 minus y is equal to, here is cos and here will be cos inverse x, which implies π/2 is equal to, here is माइनस y, इधर आएगा तो प्लस हो जाएगा. दैट मीन्स y प्लस cos इनवर्स x, बट y इज साइन इनवर्स x. सो साइन इनवर्स x प्लस cos इनवर्स x, we get π/2. So sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to π/2 under the domain -1 to 1 closed interval. So this is proved.